Okay, guys, welcome to today's session. I hope that you guys are doing great. And let's get started for today's review. Okay, as we always start, let's start with the vocab words. Okay, so I'm going to share a screen with the next set of words, which is number 13 to 18. All right, so these are the words. Can we, here we have the word rejoice. Okay, treasury, rash, rations, starvation, and snout. Today's words are fairly simple and easy. All right, so let's hear. Okay, we have the thesaurus website prepared. Okay, these are topics. Okay, so the first word here that we have is the word rejoice. Okay, any volunteers to tell me the definition of rejoice? Hannah, go ahead.
To celebrate something or with joy.
Okay, so rejoice. One second, I'm just gonna pause. 1 second. Okay, so here we're gonna join back again. 1 second. All right, so in the definition, we're going to use the definition of to feel or show a great joy or victory over a victory. Okay, and it is how is it used? What is the part of speech here?
Verb.
Correct. Okay, it is a verb. All right, to rejoice, we're going to use, you've used the word celebrate before, Hannah, and we're going to use it as a synonym, and we're going to use the antonym of to mourn, okay, or to, of course, to show some type of grief, okay, or sadness. All right, so again, rejoicing is celebrating, being victorious, happy, thoughts and feelings. Here again, to mourn is the opposite, which is to show signs of grief and sadness over something. What is the image that we have here that would fit with the word rejoice?
Can I mark it?
Yes, of course. Correct, Hannah. All right, so it's right here. This is the correct word. You can, and now we can hear, we can move. All right, great job. Okay, can we use the word rejoice in a sentence, Hannah?
The animals rejoiced for their victory in the Battle of the Windmill.
Miss Yasmin,
Yes?
Poofy is telling you she can't connect to Zoom. She has a problem.
She's in the waiting room right now. She just, I'm trying to admit her. Okay, thank you so much, Nano, for telling me.
Oh,
Okay, they rejoiced. Great. Okay, Fadia, are you in?
So I'm in now, yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, the second word. Thank you, Hannah, for your help. Please help us with the word treasury.
Miss, can I answer?
I've selected Reem to answer with us. Reem, are you here?
Yes. Treachery, betrayal, and disloyalty. Meaning?
Okay, great. All right, it goes back to the idea of betrayal, all right, and not showing signs of loyalty, okay? And here, what is the part of speech, Sharim, please?
Noun?
It is a noun. Great. And what is the synonym that we can have? We can have the word treason.
Trisha? Okay.
Okay. All right. We can have the word treason for a synonym. All right. And as for our antonym, we can also have the word, for example, the word devotion. Okay, to be devoted to
Yes,
someone.
can we use loyalty? Or no?
Yes, we can use. I'm going to insert both devotion, but you already have loyalty in your definition. So we're going to use a different antonym. Okay. So loyalty could be one, but since we already placed it in the definition, let's use another word for the antonym. All right. So synonym is treason and your antonym is devotion. All right. Devotion is being basically, like Judy said, loyal to someone. All right. Now, if we look here together, Reem, what would be the picture of trees of treasury?
A trust one or the
Good.
green?
Yes, the broken trust image. Okay, and may you place it for us in a sentence, Reem?
Um, the animals who confessed to treachery were executed.
Great. All right, he executed those who confessed to treachery. All right, any signs of betrayal to Napoleon? Of course, here it was punished with death. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Harim. All right, and the next word that we have here is rash. Okay, Judy, please.
Doing something without careful consideration.
Great, great. Okay, to be rash means to act without careful consideration. All right, and what is the part of speech for someone who is rash?
Adjective.
It is an adjective. Okay, and if we look at our synonyms and antonyms for rash, we can use the word impulsive. All right, and someone who is premeditative is someone who's usually very thoughtful. Okay, again, someone who thinks before they behave. All right, and if we look here, which one is it to be rash?
The time for action.
Time for action. People that take action too hastily, okay, without careful consideration. All right, that would be the correct image. And can you think of a sentence for us, Judy, please?
Okay. It was a rash decision to jump off a cliff. Or
All right. It was a rash decision to buy a new house without being financially prepared for it. All right. So it was a rash decision to buy a new house without being financially prepared for it. Okay. Thanks, Judy, for your participation. All right. Luji Norman.
Miss
Yes.
how
Okay.
rash means to make a decision like without even thinking about it.
That's correct. Without giving it careful thought and consideration.
How is it used in the novel?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. That's one of your, yeah, starting now, all the words from now on are going to be all novel words. We already finished the words from the actual literature stories. Okay, Anna? All right.
Okay,
So
thank you.
thank you. All right, Luji Namen, your word here is rations.
Okay, it's a fixed amount of commodity officially allowed to each person during a time shortage.
That was too fast.
Fixed amount of a commodity officially allowed to each person during a time of shortage.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna use fixed amount of food. All right, which is a noun, and
Yes.
this is how it was used in Animal Farm, right?
Yes.
That the rations were deducted, the rations were subtracted, they were, so on and so forth. So yeah, rations are referring to here the fixed amount of food that the animals were getting. Okay, and
Mm.
here, if we look, all right. Sorry. Okay, so here for the synonyms, we're going to use portions. And for the antonyms, we're not going to be held accountable for knowing any of the following for antonyms. Okay, there's no need to know an antonym for this word. Okay, just worry about learning a synonym for it, which would be portions, or instead of saying rations, it would be portions of food or rations of food. All right, where do we see rations here, Luji?
اللي هي the hand with the food دي اللي هي فيها food نص
Yeah, that's
half
right.
of a sandwich دي.
Oh, which one? The hand with the food?
Yes,
Are you sure?
I think.
Well, it could be a little bit confusing, but we do have starvation. All right, so it would be
Okay,
the,
so it will be the like little
right.
clay, or I
Yeah,
don't know what is this.
yes. Yeah, like for rations, right? Sugar and tea and meat and egg
Yes,
and
yes.
cheese. Okay, portions of food. All right, these are
Okay.
rations. Great. Okay, how could you use it for us in a sentence, Alusha, please?
The rations for the rations of the animals' food were deducted if they didn't work hard.
Great. All right, the rations of the animals' food were deducted if they did not work hard. Perfect, Alusha. Thank you. All right, and here we
Welcome.
have starvation. All right, let's hear from Luji. Ayman, this time.
Okay. Starvation means suffering or death caused by lack of food.
Okay, great. So starvation is a condition. Okay. Lack of food, right? Food is not abundant. It's not available in large quantities. And what part of speech, Luji, would it be?
Noun.
Correct. All right. And here, if we go to our okay, here, let's look at them together. All right, for starvation, we can use famine. Famine is very, you've seen the word famine also in Pandora's box, if you guys remember. Okay, it was one of the, along with pestilence and wrath and war, it was one of them. And famine is equivalent to the lack of food. Okay, so famine is a good synonym. And let's look at the antonyms here. Luji, an antonym or an opposite could be when something is in supply or something is plentiful. Okay, so when we say supply or plenty, that means something is available in a large quantity, which is definitely the opposite of starvation. All right, here, of course, Yaruji, you get to choose between the final two pictures.
The one who's holding the
The
sandwich.
small amount of bread, right? And we can tell here that someone is deprived, okay? Deprived of food, all right? Poverty, starvation. All right, can we use starvation in a sentence, please, Yaruji?
Okay. Half of the prisoners died after torture and starvation.
So, for example, if you got in the exam to make a sentence, can I use the boy in striped pajamas?
You can use anything, but no, the exam will not ask you or require you to make your own sentences. It will be 20 fill in the blanks with sentences, or I believe 20 or 22 fill in the blanks with sentences. I'm not really quite sure, but it's in the range from 20 to 22. And then the rest will be you'll either have 5 antonyms and 5 synonyms, or 5 and 3, something of that sort. Okay, so the majority will be fill in the blank with your, I'll give you the sentence and you have to fill it in with the correct vocab word. Then you'll have 5 sentences of synonyms and 5 sentences of of antonyms if the breakdown is that. But you know, it might just differ by a few questions. Okay, but that's the you're not here. I just want you to get in the habit of making your own sentences. Yes, so you can practice doing that, but on the exam I will not require you to do it. Okay, and I suggest that you guys do that a lot this summer. You know, try to sit and make try to learn, okay, to create sentences and practice that, because you guys will be doing that a lot next year when you go to grade 9. Okay, we're doing it here for practice, but I do not implement it on exams. Okay, snout. Here, who has a definition for snout? Okay, let's hear from Fatima. Go ahead, sweetie.
The nose of an animal.
That's correct. And usually here we see it for the nose of the pigs, right? They talk about them. All right, we see it usually discussed as a pig. And what is the part of speech?
Noun.
Correct. All right, and here we can use the, let's just for curiosity. I don't really require you to know. Let's see here, what do they have? They also use the word muzzle, all right, in the thing when they discuss. I think it was Benjamin, or Clover's muzzle, or Boxer's muzzle. All right, so we're gonna use it. Okay, it's also referring to the nose of an animal. There's no antonym required for this word. Okay, so we're gonna leave it blank, and we are going to cut the last picture, and we're going to paste it here. And Fatima, do me a favor and get me a sentence, please. How would you use snout in a sentence, Fatima?
Napoleon used his snout to smell around the farm.
That's correct. All right, as he was trying to detect traces of snowball. Okay, these are our 6 words for today. Very simple and very easy. Okay, let me save it. Oops, okay. All right, 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to upload it for you guys. I'm going to stop share. Today, I'm going to upload it. And of course, I think you guys haven't seen it yet on, are you guys seeing them on SMS?
I can't, but maybe my SMS is lagging.
Anybody else is having the same problem? Fadia? Okay, let me go on Facebook right now because I keep forgetting. Honestly, I posted
Musa,
an SMS.
can you just post the answers since we're about to finish here?
Yes, let me post it right now. I'm gonna post the answers from 1 to 18. Okay, the 3 documents.
Miss, are we done with vocab or are there still more words?
There are 30 words. We're gonna do 6 words each, so we still have tomorrow and Thursday. Tomorrow we're gonna do 19 to 24, and then we're gonna take 25 to 30.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're done with the 30 words. Are you guys finding them easy to study or what?
Yes,
Oh, they're
easy.
easy.
Okay, great. I'm glad. Okay, so here on our group right now, I'm going to make a post. I'm going to add a file. So I'm going to start with 1 to 6 answers. All right, by the time this is loading, let's not waste time. Okay, loaded. Now let me upload. You guys see them now? Are you getting the notifications?
I got a notification.
Okay, great. All right, so this is 1 to 6. Then I uploaded now 7 to 12. And I am going to upload also 13 to 18 for today. Okay, so you should be having on SMS all the words that we have. Today I'm going to discuss with you a very important topic regarding the verb and the moods. Okay, I'm sharing a screen with you guys. This is a picture of a book, your textbook from grade 9 next year. Oops. All right, and basically you're gonna see mood. All right, mood is not in our book this year. However, it is on your standards. Okay, these are your standards for grammar. And as we look together here, you see that they I aimed on doing so. However, your books are not accommodating that. So what I did was I went through grade 8 books, 9 book to see how could we tackle this down. And I saw that only in grade 9 they hold you accountable to knowing 3 of the moods. Okay. Here in the indicative, they say to express a fact, an opinion, or a question. So even if it's an interrogative sentence, they say it's indicative. However, I'm going to, in a nutshell, okay, today I'm going to uh, basically the sheet is I'm gonna use it and I'm gonna get down to what you need to know, okay, to avoid any confusion and any questions that you might have. Okay, we're gonna study today. We're gonna learn those moods and we're going to basically understand them well, and we're gonna sum up what we need to know. The indicative, okay, the first mood that you need to know is the indicative, and we're gonna agree on the indicative expresses a fact or an opinion only. Okay, interrogative, because we do have interrogative mood in our uh, um we do have interrogative mood in our standards of grade 8 grammar. So I'm going to include interrogative, ask a question. This is what we need to study from. The sheet is going to be uploaded. I do not want you guys to be confused. We're deleting conditional because conditional is not in the book anyway. Okay, so we're not going to take conditional. So indicative, fact or opinion, any sentences or any sentence that shows a fact or an opinion is going to be indicative. Any sentence that asks a question or the verb that asks a question is going to be interrogative mood. Okay, your second mood here that is stated is the imperative. There's imperative, okay, that expresses direct command or request. We already know that. Okay, so the next mood that we're gonna have, excuse me, all right, is going to be the imperative mood. And the imperative mood is going to simplify this again, command or request. As the book states here, command, okay, or request. Halt. Understood subject is you. All right, please write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. This is a request, please, along with a verb that shows a request or a command. Finally, okay, the final mood. So today we're gonna focus on, and the exam is gonna focus on these 3 moods plus 1 for the 4th mood, which is the final mood. And this is going to be my 4th mood, which is the subjunctive. Okay, the subjunctive mood. And if you look at the subjunctive mood, it does the following. It expresses a suggestion. Okay, Gerald suggested. Okay, again, the word suggestion and suggested. All right, that means you're coming up with an idea. Okay, suggested that we be ready to board the train. Okay, so there's a suggestion here. All right, so it also shows a necessity, something a necessity. It is essential, all right, or necessary. Essential water. Again, whether if you see a sentence that shows that something is a necessity or something is essential, then it is subjunctive. Okay, so and again, it also shows a condition contrary to or a wish. Okay, so if I were you, I would call them immediately. So again, contrary to the fact is that I'm not you. But if I were you, I would do that. Okay, and the final is to show a wish or to say, for example, here Liliani wishes she were scuba diving off the Yakton Peninsula. Okay, we wish we were, we all wish we were. Okay, so again, subjunctive, again, it's going to be wishes. Okay, suggestions, something that is essential or necessity. And finally, here, as they say, condition contrary to fact. Okay, condition contrary to fact. That means if I were you, if I were him, if we were, if showing basically something that if you were in the shoes of somebody else or so on. Okay, so again, all these are referring back to the idea of subjunctive. Okay, so again, to sum it up, so there's no confusion. Again, do not. I'm gonna post this for you to study from, but I'm not gonna. If you answer on the exam indicative for a question, it will be wrong. Okay, so I need you. This is in a nutshell what we need to focus on, and I might even delete this image because I don't want you to be confused by it. So I might be settling for this. Okay, indicative, a fact or opinion. Interrogative, asking a question. Imperative, a command or a question. Subjunctive is when we have wishes, suggestions, making an essential, showing that something is essential or necessary, okay, or a condition contrary to fact. I would like to leave it because it has these examples, and I want you to look at the sentences and see how the sentences may look like. All right. So again, these are my 4 moods. All right. There's a practice. Okay, these are the words right here. And as you see that the verb is kind of like highlighted, it's 1 to 10. I would like you to take a few minutes on your own in your notebooks, okay, to answer each, because the exam is going to look just like these sentences. Topic, okay? So I want you to read these sentences and pretend that we are on, this is the exam, and we have to, again, you're going to have to put them in categories. And remember, it's going to be indicative, interrogative, imperative, or subjunctive. Again, you'll have those 4 choices. All right, so look at these sentences, and I want you to answer in your notebook alone, okay? If and then I'm gonna give you a few minutes, and then we're gonna join. We're gonna basically answer them together to correct. But I want to see how you guys would do on your own, each one on your own for a few minutes, okay? And when you're done, I just simply ask you to raise your hand to show me by a show of hand that you're done. Fadia, you're done. Hello, Fadia. Okay, so let's get started. When you're done, raise your hand. I would know that you're done.
Miss, did you call on me?
Yes, hon. I said to raise your hand when you're done answering the 10 questions. You had your hand raised, so I was asking you, are you done or did you have a
No,
question?
it's just from the previous questions. I just
Okay,
wanted to
baby. If you have any questions, raise your hands. If you have a question and you raise your hand, just say your question out loud.
Okay.
I see a big number of people are done. We're still waiting for a few. Okay, so those who are not done yet, Adam, are you done? Adam? Okay, Hala? All right, so we have 5 minutes left here. I would like to finish revising these 10 sentences before we go. All right, so looking at the first sentence, Nano Honey, can you please tell me what you have?
Please hold your applause until after all of the presentations. Imperative.
Bravo, Yanan. Good job. Okay, so here, my mood is imperative. Okay, please hold just like the request. We see that it has the tone, the mood tone of a request, okay, from the verb hold, okay? Great. Number two, volunteers for number two.
Can I
Okay.
answer?
Yes, sure.
Okay, La Paz in Bolivia is the world's highest capital city.
That's right.
Indicative.
Indicative. And how could you tell? Give us a little explanation to show or to explain to those who do not understand.
يعني it gives a fact about La Paz.
Correct. Good. Okay, it's giving us a fact. Okay, it's factual information. All right, that is a fact. Thanks so much, Shaluj. All right, next one. Let's hear from Osama.
Female marsupials carry their young in pouches. Indicative.
Again, it's indicative. Just like Luji's question, it also gives us a fact, yes?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Number four. Let's hear from Fatima.
Is it necessary that we hear tonight? It is interrogative.
Great. All right, number 5. Khadija.
Imperative.
Imperative, that's correct. Give us some type of order or command. Okay, how about Yusuf?
If I were you, I would not swim in the lake. In that lake, subjunctive.
Okay, and out of the 4 conditions that we discussed, which one is it?
I don't know.
We said subjunctive could show something that is essential or necessity. What else? Who could tell me out of the ones which one is it? Hena Durghaim, which one is it? If you had to explain why is it subjunctive? We saw the conditions of what makes a sentence or a verb in the subjunctive mood. Which one would it be? You guys can answer. Anyone could answer. Yes.
Suggestion?
It's being contrary to the first statement.
It's contrary to a fact, exactly. All right. If I were you, I would not swim in that lake. I'm not you. Okay. So, but it's showing a contradiction. Okay. Contrary to the fact. All right. So this is, again, bravo, Sama. All right. Contrary to fact. Okay. Contrary to a fact. All right. Number 7. Let's please, Ahmed Rashwan, please go ahead, hon.
How much interest does state bank pay on savings accounts and checking accounts? Interrogative.
That's correct. Interrogative. Okay, and number 8. Kinsey.
It will be indicative.
Okay. All right, number 9. How about Hannah Durghaim?
Imperative.
Good job. Okay, and how about Hannah Hamdi, number 10?
For us to form, it is essential that 4 atoms of solid iron and 3 molecules of oxygen be present.